Wentz going to give this to Taylor. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, this is Taylor. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Well, this defense for the Chargers, they were terrific a week ago in the win over Seattle.
And I'm eager to see the game plan and trying to attack them this week, because when you take it away 4 times through interceptions, what do you do now when you go into a game? Do you decide you can't throw the ball? Do you try and run it more? Or do you tell your quarterback, make sure you see your guys open before you deliver?
They'll try and run for the first with Taylor. And he is going to have a Colts first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2. Defense had a chance to get off the field here in the opening drive, couldn't do it.
I know that we go into these meetings with coaches, and sometimes maybe we can get, a little bit numb, because they're always going to talk about how important 3rd down is, aren't they? Offense and defense. In this case, one capitalized, and the other, as you said, had a chance to get off the field and didn't get it done.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Now they'll throw it. Wentz. They'll find Paris Campbell. That's complete. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they're marching off another 15 against your squad.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. On the handoff, Taylor. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
Now Wentz. Throwing middle, but it's incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field that's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Now this now play number 9 on the opening drive, but it's 3rd and long. Throwing now is Wentz. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. Picked off by Kaiser White. And the Chargers are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And his crew will take over at their own 45-yard line. Certainly not the cleanest of starts to this football game. Back-to-back plays yield turnovers in this first quarter.
So there's not much flow right now. A very choppy game. And I know this, it's a copycat league. We say it all the time about the NFL, but I'm not quite sure this is what they had in mind about something they wanted to emulate.
No, you don't want to emulate a turnover. 2nd down, another run with Taylor. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
An extra defensive back on the field for the Chargers now on 3rd down. Wentz going to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Good contain, no gain on the screen, and it'll bring up 4th down. They'll go for it. It's Wentz. That's complete to Jack Doyle, the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Wentz will give to Taylor on the draw. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. 2nd down. They'll fake the give to Taylor. Now Wentz. He'll buy some time right. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Well, we always talk about how you've got to be quick when you go through your progressions. And here's another prime example. Trying to look downfield. He was standing in the pocket, but just couldn't find anyone open, could he?
No, not enough time. They hit him and forced that incompletion. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion. On play action, Wentz. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off at the 28. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
We're scoreless after 1. Charger football to start quarter number 2. As they're looking at a 2nd down and 9 to go. Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to Austin Eckler, the running back. And he's got some space here. And all the way in for a Charger touchdown. Austin Eckler hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Chargers get the quick strike touchdown. On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. And the Chargers grab the 7-0 lead. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. To this point, the results have not been good. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
And that's obviously something that can't continue, but to go a little bit deeper on that one, I would think about some play calls now, not even necessarily to my best player, but to someone I can trust with the ball. Try and get things settled down a little bit.
On play action, it's Wentz. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled.
Good job there of getting his tight end involved because he lines up on the right side of the formation, just works his way across the field. I really like how they were in sync on that one. He spotted the open gap in the zone, and his quarterback found him, and they get a 1st down.
1st and 10, Taylor now. The Pro Bowler Chris Harris is in on the tackle.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Still 9 remaining on 2nd down.
All day, dog. 49, guys. Mike, 49. Gotta do better. We're 47. 49 to Mike. 49 to Mike.
Here's Wentz to throw. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, third down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well, incomplete.
The Colts on third down, 2 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 9. Play action. Now Wentz. Looking for Campbell downfield. Wentz is intercepted yet again. Picked off by Asante Samuel Jr. 3 first-half interceptions now, and Charles, you'd have to think a fair amount of concern is developing over there on that sideline.
And there should be, because essentially he's been a little loose and possibly reckless with the football here in the first half. Now, maybe it's not all on him, but still 3 interceptions. That puts the entire team in jeopardy. So the play caller from here on out got to design some throws for him that he can complete, keep it away from the defense, and try and get him back on track.
3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Herbert. He'll get this to Eckler. His second catch, and this one not nearly as electrifying as his first. And it'll bring up third down now.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he's going to get the first down here as he's taken down at the 22.
That's about what you would expect since they're so efficient on picking up third downs in the top 5 in the NFL. It's all a mindset, and I guarantee you it started in the offseason. Third down's important to them. They find a way to pick them up at a very good clip.
And not too much going there as he'll get it up to the 23-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Off the play fake to Eckler, it's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. And that ball incomplete. He couldn't work free from his defender, and now it's third down. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. Steps away to his left. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Another try after the first down sack. Herbert is going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be third down.
I'm looking at this with my defensive eyeglasses on because you remember the old days when a tight end saw a linebacker covering him and thought he had a mismatch? But the way they can run nowadays, not necessarily so. They gave it a shot downfield. That one incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
2 things you can do in that situation: run and punt the football, or try and take your shot at getting the first down. They chose the latter, but they'll have to punt all the same.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. On the return, it's Rodgers. A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33. 2nd down and 7. Now Wentz. Middle of the field to the tight end, Doyle. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. From midfield, here's Wentz. He'll drop this down to Taylor. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Derwin James with a pick. And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 28-yard line. Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off by Corey Willis. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have reached halftime. Intermission with the visiting Chargers on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, so the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the 3rd quarter. Taken at the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. The Charger drive about to get going. And, Charles, they've got the lead. I would imagine the overall halftime tone was a positive one, but what do you think the talking points were in the locker room?
Well, if there were 3 talking points at the half, partner, all of them were about turnovers because they were pretty loose with the ball. Otherwise, this lead could be even bigger. Now, I don't think that they overly harped on it, but I think they told them, guys, if you want to keep calling those plays that are exciting, you've got to take care of the ball. Otherwise, we may have to dial things back a little bit.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Herbert. He'll get this out wide to Eckler. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. And all the way down to the 26. A big play there on the catch and run. The offense has to love that because that was just a dump down, and then he turned something out of seemingly nothing.
And the best quarterbacks understand that dumping it down is often a good play, a better play than even what was drawn up.
Now a throw to the end zone on 1st down, but it winds up incomplete. So, Charles, you look at this offense, what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. They snap it to Herbert. And this is going to be intercepted. Flipped off by Corey Willis. And the Colts are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They'll run with Taylor to begin the drive. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. Wentz now to throw. Over the middle, and it's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. And that will be incomplete. Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
Wentz to throw for it on 4th. And now here's another interception. Derwin James with a pick. And this one will be brought back to the 22. Count them now, 6 interceptions between last week and this week. Now, the 3 picks last week helped them to a win. They're in the driver's seat once more.
And they're the ones that are doing all the leading, aren't they? Right? The 3 interceptions last week, that led to a victory. 3 interceptions so far in this game, that has them out in front. We often think of the offense driving things. In this case, it's the defense, not just holding teams, but creating big plays for themselves.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. He can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Los Angeles. Austin Eckler with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Chargers capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. McManus's point after is good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And he returns this to the 22. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Now a dump off here complete. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Final minute now of the third quarter. On second down, it's Taylor. Fights loose. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. To throw, it's Wentz. This goes out right to Doyle. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
To throw is Wentz. A good throw here, finding Pascal. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. 3 quarters in the books. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. Finally, a first red zone opportunity for these guys. They come up 1st and 10 at the 16. Now we give to Taylor. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. Maybe just a slight detour on what's been a strong drive. Here's 2nd and 11. Now a play fake. Wentz. And he's going to go down. He's sacked back at the 24. Uchenna Nwosu in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Now after the sack, Wentz and the Colts, they're left looking at a 3rd and long. Wentz. And they are able to stop it, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
Good yardage on the completion there. And when they look at the scoreboard, they do understand a field goal is not going to do them any good. My guess, they're going to press the ball downfield as far as...
And he takes this one in for a Colts touchdown. Jonathan Taylor, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Colts are finally on the board here in the 4th quarter. Extra point by Blankenship is up and good. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Right after the touchdown to extend their lead, now maybe opening the door a little bit there by allowing starting field position at the 40. Herbert and the Chargers now with a 1st and 10 at their own 42. He'll hand off here to Eckler, and he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Play action. It's Herbert. He's airing it out for Williams. Touchdown, LA! A big play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Chargers add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 21-7. After the touchdown, here's McManus now to kick it away. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. The Indy offense at the line and set to go.
And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Will they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. On second down, it's Taylor. And he'll take this one up close to about the 45. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 3. Throwing is Wentz. And Pascal's got it. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Now a leaping catch, he's got it. And he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Now a handoff. Taylor with it. He'll get about 6 there as he takes this one down to the 24-yard line. From the 24, Wentz. He's got Jack Doyle. Down under 2 minutes to go in this football game. So the Colts in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Into the red zone, Wentz. His throw caught right around the 6. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just under 90 seconds remaining. They'll go again from the 3 here on 2nd and goal. He'll look to throw. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. It's a big loss of 5 there on 2nd down to bring up 3rd and goal. Back to throw here. And this pass broken up. Excellent coverage there on 3rd down, as that was not an easy one to hold on to.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The field goal doesn't help. They're going to go for the 6 here on 4th and goal. Now Wentz, gotta have this one. And a quick throw here, that's complete. A great open field tackle that's going to stop him shy of the goal line. They get the completion but cannot push forward into the end zone, and that will force a turnover on downs. The Charger drive about to get going. And checking the timeouts, they do have 2 defensively, but no real need to use them as they're not going to be able to stop the clock after that. And intercepted, maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Kenny Moore, and they will set up shop with outstanding field position in the red zone at the 17-yard line. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. So after the INT, here's Wentz. Taken in by the tight end Doyle. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. 7 yards, the pickup there. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Facing a 2nd and 3. Ball on the 10. They'll set up a throw. He finds his man, complete. That's Doyle. And the Colts are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line. They'll run here with Taylor. And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3. Now the Colts going to burn the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with just 19 seconds left on the clock. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up. 49.
They'll look to run with Taylor. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
But just power football there down near the goal line. Give it to him. He's able to push his way across.
Yeah, they went heavy there. Sometimes you have those big offensive linemen come in, have to report like they're eligible, but all they're doing is getting a good stance, blocking, and getting their runner across the goal line.
Wentz to throw. And he will get into the end zone, and the 2-point conversion will cut this down to a 6-point game. So the clock sits at 16 seconds as they line up for the onside kick. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Herbert now to throw. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And a high throw there as this is knocked away, down to the ground and incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
He wants it all for the end zone. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. So this one's over. It's in the win column for the LA Chargers. And you've got to say, CD, it was the defense who had a big part in the W.
Oh, without question. When you force 4 turnovers, you get to enjoy the spoils of victory, don't you? It's rare that you force 4 turnovers and lose a ball game. That's almost unheard of. They carried this